your number one source for high school sports. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network.
Hello and welcome to Northcutt Field for tonight's matchup with the Houston Academy Raiders and the Slocomb Red Tops. Scott Griffin here with Gavin Thomas. Looking forward to the game tonight. Battle of area rivals. Slocomb comes into the matchup at 3-1. Houston Academy Raiders coming in at 2-2. Two tough losses on the road to Bayside and Opp. Both good quality teams, ranked 6th and 10th in the state, I believe. And here's the kick. It's an onside kick. Started off, fielded just shy of the 50-yard line by number 5, Jack Waller, for the Raiders. Gavin, you doing all right tonight?
Yeah, doing great. Enjoying the Friday night lights tonight.
Beautiful.
Man, HA is looking at great field position to start this drive.
Very, very much so. HA has their starting quarterback back tonight, number 2, Caden Mitchell. He's flanked to the right by 36, Jeb Daughtry, which got the start last weekend at quarterback. Caden was hurt. Missed last week's competition with the Bobcats. Run a little option. There's the pitch to Daughtry on the left side. Positive gain about 5 yards. So a good start for the Raiders across midfield.
Yeah, I tell you, that's a really good strategy for HA there, because Slocomb's got some big boys and up front, and spreading them out like that from each sideline is going to help them get them big boys running.
That's exactly right. Good plan. Slocomb comes in ranked 8th in the state, I believe, tonight. So another ranked opponent. Mitchell in shotgun. He looks to his right. He's going to cut it left, cuts it up the middle. That's going to be a first down. Brought down about the 40-yard line by a slew of Red Tops. Led by number 25, Jalen Nobles, which we'll hear his name a lot tonight on offense and defense. One of the star running backs for the Red Tops. Mitchell in the shotgun, trips right, single receiver to the left. Raiders look over to the sidelines to get the play. Mitchell takes the snap. It's going to be another option play to Daughtry over the left side. Daughtry's got running room. He's going down the sidelines, run out of bounds at the 21-yard line. So positive yards for Daughtry on the carry.
That's a great play by Caden Mitchell there on that option play. He just baited that linebacker. He said, come on, and then pitched it out to his running back. He did a great job of scrambling down the field for a great pickup for the HA Raiders.
Sure did. Run out of bounds by number 2, Brody Campbell. Mitchell will be in the shotgun most of the time, if not all the time tonight. The handoff is to Daughtry. Jeb's going to be brought down for a small loss. I believe it's about a yard, Gavin?
Yeah, about a yard there. Unfortunately, the offensive line couldn't get off the ball fast enough. The defense was in the backfield. Really nothing much you can do there, but just line up and try on second down.
That's right. That's right. Slocomb going with a 4-man front. Mitchell calling the play. The shotgun, he's dropped back. He's looking right, rolls to his right. He's looking for somebody. He's fine. Looking for Charlie Knowles. The pass was wide right.
Yeah, great awareness there by Caden Mitchell as he rolled out to the right there to get away from some pressure. He did have a wide receiver open over here on the corner, but he just was not able to complete that pass.
Correct. That was number 25, Charlie Knowles.
Now this sets up a pretty important third down right here at the beginning of the game.
It's going to be 3rd and 10 from the 21. Two receivers to the right. Mitchell drops back. He's looking to his left. He's going to have to scramble. He's running up the middle. He's got running room. He's going to break it outside, down to the 10, the 5.
Wow.
Touchdown, Raiders.
Man, what a play.
Caden made the best of the pass protection broke down, and Caden turned on the moves and the speed.
Man, you really saw the athletic ability of Caden Mitchell there on that play. Really, it was a Lamar Jackson-esque play there. We just watched the Ravens, maybe you did on Sunday night or whatever that was. I don't remember at this point, but it was a great play by Caden Mitchell, and now you can hear me say it was a Lamar Jackson-esque play. So.
Absolutely. I'd like to remind everybody that Mitchell is a freshman as well.
Man.
Plays well above his age.
With that athletic ability being a freshman, that is really exciting for the HA Raiders, knowing that he's going to be back for the next 3 years.
Absolutely.
Hopefully, unless a D1 school calls him up, you know?
Exactly. The point after was up and good by number 19, Greg Sexton. Greg will be doing the kickoffs tonight as well as the PATs. Greg never played football up until this year.
Wow, that's very impressive to come in and start playing football in your high school.
His senior year.
Man, that is really impressive. A lot of these players out here have played all the way from the pee-wee football up to high school level, and he's coming in here ready to roll. His first time suiting up.
Greg is an accomplished soccer player.
Okay.
That's what brought him into the kicking.
I understand that.
Done a fantastic job for the Raiders. So.
Well, he's going to be kicking a lot because if he's doing kickoff and field goal unit, he's going to be kicking a lot. So soccer's going to come in handy for sure.
That's exactly right. Got 2 players deep. Number 2, Brody Campbell. And number 25, Jalen Nobles back. And the kickoff goes through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At the top of the show, we were talking about the 2 players to really watch for the Slocomb Red Tops, and we talked about the 2 running backs, which we just talked about right there on that kickoff, which was number 25, Jalen Nobles, and the other one we may not be able to check right now, but just watch out for those right here on this first drive.
I believe that would be possibly number 1, Rashawn Miller.
There you go.
And the give is to Miller over the left side. He's got running room. It's going to be brought down by number 5, Jack Waller. Nice open field tackle by Waller. That's going to be a gain of gain of about 7, I believe. Nobles to the right in the backfield. The give is to Nobles, straight up the middle. And he's going to be brought down by number 67 for the Raiders, Cade Wiggum. We need a big game out of Big Cade tonight.
Yeah, that was a great job by the HA defense there. Really, on defense, you really just got to contain those 2 guys to really make it hard on Slocomb on offense.
That is correct. Number 10, Colin Thomas is the quarterback for the Red Tops. The give is to Nobles up the middle. He's got running room. He's going to be across the 35, brought down about the 39-yard line.
Yeah, another great tackle by Jack Waller there, number 5. And let me tell you, if he didn't tackle him there,
he had
Nobles had a lot of green grass in front of him, and it may have been a race to the touchdown there.
Nobles a 3-sport athlete, baseball, basketball, and football, and a great athlete at all. Little shotgun. Wildcat. Nobles pass is complete to Josh King, the tight end.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you can do if you're Slocomb. When you have running backs like they do, you run the ball, then run the ball, and then, out of nowhere, pass it to your tight end. You're not looking for that. You're looking for him to run it again. So
that's right.
HA's just got to keep it consistent on defense.
Josh, a senior. The give is to Miller up the middle. Nice defensive stand for the play there for the Raiders. Logan Booth in on the tackle. Number 71.
You're exactly right. HA's defensive line that time really got pressure on that offensive line. And honestly, if they're going to stop this running back, they're going to need that defensive line to come up big this game.
That's right. Number 71, Hooper Richards on the tackle. Quarterback rolls out to his right. He's going to keep it.
Oh,
Fumble. I believe the Raiders recovered. Raiders ball.
Looks like number 50
number 15,
recovered it.
J.T. Ackerman on the recovery. So the Raiders will pick up the ball on the 39-yard line, Gavin.
Yeah, that's a big turnover there for Raiders. Slocomb was just working in their way methodically down the field there, and a turnover by the quarterback, number 10, Colin Thomas. This is a great position for the Raiders to be in here to hopefully get another touchdown on the board in the first quarter.
Correct, especially up 7-0 already. Mitchell's going to line up in the shotgun. Jeb Daughtry to his right. Brother Cameron. That's who he's looking for.
Going deep.
Pass incomplete for number 10, Will Wells. Will back this week from playing with a cast on. He had a full cast on his right arm last week, and they were able to cut it down to a half cast, and they've wrapped it up, and he's back on the field tonight. Will, one of the playmakers on the Raiders offense.
Yeah, even though that was an incomplete pass, that was just a great pass there by Caden Mitchell. And what that does for the coaches is it gives them more confidence in letting him throw the ball again and just airing it out.
Stretching that defense out, trying to open up the running game. And Daughtry's over the right side. He's going to be brought down just shy of the 43. They mark it at the 43-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Raider offense.
You know, I did a good bit of games and recording a good bit of games here for Scenic Sports Network last year for HA. And I tell you, the one thing I'm impressed with there being 6 minutes left in the first quarter, is there's been no penalties. And I know you said that there was a new coach that has come into town, and that's the one thing I can see is discipline on the field. It is great to see that.
100% agree with you, Gavin. New coach that we speak of is Coach Eddie Brundage. Eddie's been on the staff for a couple of years now, but had taken over for a long time Alabama high school coach Jamie Riggs. Left town last year. Eddie doing a fantastic job. Mitchell rolls out. He's just going to throw it away. Good play by Caden.
Yeah, very great play there by Caden Mitchell. Very smart. I mean,
for a
ninth grader to have the ability to think about, okay, I'm just going to throw this ball away. We've got another down. We'll work on the next down. Let's not throw an interception. Let's not turn the ball over. That
part of the maturity process right there
is maturity.
Great job.
And excitement for what's to come for HA.
Mitchell's going to line up in the shotgun. Daughtry to his left, trips to the right. They're going to run the option again. He fakes it. He's going to keep it. It's going to be a gain of about 5. Brought down on the. They're going to mark it at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, I don't think our down marker's working on the on the scoreboard there, so we're having to keep the downs up here by ourselves. It's kind of hard to do, you know. Yeah, right. It's a lot of work for us up here.
This is
and I'm not sure what down it is.
I believe it's 3rd and 5. Mitchell in the shotgun, drops back to pass. He's looking to his right. He's got pressure. And he's just going to throw it away. Knocked to the ground by number 1, Rashawn Miller. That's going to bring up 4th and 5. Let's see what the Raiders are going to do.
Yeah, again, your young quarterback there rolls out, and, you know, there is a flag there. Looks like we're going to get intentional grounding. You know, I'm not really sure about that penalty there because it does look like he's out of the tackle box. What do you think?
I believe he was, and I'm not so sure there wasn't a receiver down the sidelines when he threw the ball out of bounds.
Well, what I was going to say, you know, before that was, you know, we talked about how smart he was with throwing it away, and a lot of people will think, well, why did you throw it away like that? But honestly, you know, you're up 7-0. You've started this game a lot better than you may have thought you were going to start this game.
Correct.
And so, kick the ball. Let's see what your defense can do. Let's see if we can pin them back.
Maybe get another turnover.
Right, exactly. Maybe get another turnover. So I still think that was a good play by Caden Mitchell. I would just not like to see him get hit like he did on that play.
Correct. Get rid of it earlier, or
not sure exactly what the depth is looking like on the quarterback side, but I would think you would want Caden Mitchell in there.
Exactly. Number 25, Charlie Knowles, back to punt. Number 25, Jalen Nobles, back for the return for the Red Tops. The snap. The punt is off, and it's a good punt. Great punt, actually. That ball is going to be inside the 10, down on about the 6-yard line. So great punt coverage for the Raiders.
Yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about. Pin them back as far back as you think you can, and that punter did a great job that time.
He sure did. So the Slocomb Red Tops will take over. Looks to be on about the 5.5-yard line for their second possession. Thomas lines up in the shotgun. The give is to Nobles. He's trying to bounce it outside on the left-hand side. Brought down by number 20, Walker Elliott, along with Logan Booth, Chapman Andrews, and Cameron Mitchell on the tackle. Gavin just real impressed so far with the defense tonight. Doing a good job of keeping those two running backs.
Absolutely. I'm very impressed with what I'm seeing so far by HA. Just the maturity, like you said, the discipline there. Big play for a Slocomb here, though.
We do. Number 1, Miller. Quarterback Kalen Thomas rolls out and hits Miller in the flat for a nice gain right at midfield, just shy of midfield.
Yeah, and that's actually the first play action we've seen this game, and they've been running it with 25 Nobles for pretty much the whole game. You hadn't seen one yet until just that last play, but we talked about him in the open. He's got some speed on him. You do not want to get him in the open.
He's quick and he's got the moves too. So Thomas in shotgun. The give is to Nobles up the middle. He dances around. It's going to be brought down at the 45 across midfield. It's going to bring up 2nd and 4, I believe. You feel like either one of those two guys can break loose at any time, and you're hoping the defense can.
Yeah, I think about past Auburn teams, just because I'm an Auburn fan. Thunder and Lightning. They talked about Cadillac and Ronnie being Thunder and Lightning, and that's exactly what I think about when I think about Nobles and Miller.
That is a very good comparison. Nobles fakes the handoff to Miller. He's going to keep it, and he's going to run and fumble. The ball is loose. It looks like the Raiders possibly recovered it.
And
anything can happen at the bottom of the pile.
I think he may have got it back.
There's still no call. The Raider football.
All right.
So two possessions, 2 consecutive
another
turnovers.
turnover. You called it there.
We needed it.
That's right. Again, the Slocomb was really just dealing themselves down the field. I mean,
he's staying with them.
They're gonna.
Okay.
We got some confusion here, to say the least. But Slocomb does
the
still.
official did point. So Thomas lines up in the shotgun again. Miller we've got a timeout.
I'm kind
I
of
think
glad
there's still some confusion on the play.
I'm kind of glad there's a timeout there. I think both teams didn't know what was going on, if it was their ball or if it was the other person's ball.
The officials are still meeting out in the middle.
Yeah,
but I'm not real sure what's going on.
The only view I have is a zoomed-in lens right here, so I can just tell you a little bit of what I saw. What I saw was it looked like one stole the ball from the other on the field,
on the ground.
And
you
so
never
sometimes, whenever you don't have a lot of officials on the field, because we watch college football and NFL, and there's officials everywhere.
Correct.
And there's cameras everywhere, so they know. But when somebody's in the way and they're trying to get the ball, you just don't know. You never know.
That's
so
exactly
what do
right.
you do as an athlete? You try to get the ball.
That's right. A lot of stuff happens on the bottom of that pile that if you've ever been in the bottom of the pile, you know. But if not,
well, whether it's HA ball or Slocomb ball, I am extremely impressed with this defense. They're playing really hard. And they're hitting these guys. Yeah, these guys have Slocomb has done a good job of running the ball, and we knew they were going to.
The game plan coming in was to run the ball.
To see the defense play as well as they have so far in this first quarter is really exciting.
I'm not so sure that we'll see two better running backs than Miller
and Nobles.
Yep. So this is going to bring up, I believe, well, it's first down. 1st and 10 from the 29. Thomas is going to keep it and run it right up the middle. He gets out to the outside. He breaks one tackle, breaks another tackle. Brought down on it's on the other side of the field, trying to figure, just inside the 10, the 9-yard line, I believe. So that's going to bring up 1st and goal for the Red Tops here. HA making some substitutions.
That was a good job by the quarterback there, number 10, with the option read to either give the ball up or take it himself. He made the right read and kept it himself.
He's going to keep it again. Roll over to his right. He's got a running room. He's going to run into the end zone. Nobody got a good real shot at him, and he broke the arm tackles.
Yeah, again, I mean, that's a tough position for HA there. Did a great job on the defensive side of the ball to the turnover. That we really don't know what happened there, but it kind of took the sails out of HA there, and it understandably so. But now the defense just got to come back and figure things out, just settle back in after that play.
Regroup and get back going. They're going for 2. The handoff is to Nobles, and he's going to take it in for the 2-point conversion.
I don't know if you saw that play. Did you check that play out? That was a trick play. I've seen it a couple of times in college and NFL, but it looks like they try to make it.
Extra point.
Well, they try to make it where the ball goes over the quarterback's head, so they jump, and so the other team, HA, thinks that the ball is going over the head, and lo and behold, somebody has it in the end zone.
That's right. One of the more famous plays like that, the fumble Rooski.
Oh, yes.
Back in the day with Coach Bowden, Coach Bobby Bowden at FSU.
R.I.P. Bobby Bowden.
R.I.P. Went
Great
down a
coach.
couple of weeks ago to the
We lost a legend.
I tell you, you know what kind of person you are when you're a coach of that caliber, and you hear all the people talk about his off the field.
Oh, absolutely.
Just an
amazing guy, just a great guy, and a great role model for kids, for adults, everybody.
Parents, when your kids went to FSU to play for Coach Bowden, you had another father figure there.
That's exactly right.
So number 54 for the Red Tops, Asel Morin, lines up to kick. Looks like it's going to be another onside kick. I think we're going to see that tonight. And another great play by the HA special teams, number 5, Jack Waller, on the recovery. So good field position again, Gavin.
You know, HA has been very lucky to have great field position every time they've had the ball this first quarter.
That's right.
And, you know, the only thing that I say about, you know, having great field position, you got to capitalize.
That's right. You got to take advantage of that position. Mitchell's going to line up in the shotgun. Trips to the right. Daughtry gets the give over the right-hand side. He's going to bring it out to about the 46-yard line, cross midfield into red top territory. Nice run by Daughtry. It's going to bring up second down in about 3, possibly 4. Looks to be about 4. This time, trips left. Mitchell in the shotgun. Daughtry in the backfield. Drops back. Roll to his right. He's got a man over.
Wow.
It's Daughtry.
Man.
Daughtry still on his feet. Daughtry out past the 30. Daughtry lowered his shoulders. Number 2, Brody Campbell.
So we saw a couple of plays ago, you know, Caden Mitchell, you know, extending the play, rolling out to his right. This time he did a great job, didn't get hit, number 1, and then was able to find his guy out here in the flat, wide open. So great job by both players.
Mitchell in the shotgun. Daughtry to his right. He holds. He breaks it out to the right side. He's going to run out of bounds. It's going to be a loss of 2, I believe, for the Raiders.
Yeah, it may have been a loss of yards, but again, another smart play.
Right. Don't take the punishment. Don't take the hit.
No, it's just not worth it.
You've got quarterbacks like your Cam Newtons in the NFL, but even Cam's paying a price now for the hits he's taken over the years.
He is, yeah. It's sad. It's sad to see great athletes that just let pride get in the way.
Mitchell in the shotgun. The give is to Daughtry over the right side.
Wow.
He's got running room. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another tackle. He's going to be brought down just shy of the 20.
Yeah, that was a great run play there by, was that Daughtry?
It was Jeb Daughtry.
All right.
Jeb started at quarterback.
That's right. Last year. Or last week he did, right?
With Mitchell being out.
Oh.
And did an admirable job of playing quarterback. Did a lot of more wildcat stuff.
He's doing well tonight running the ball.
He sure is. Jeb's one of the hardest runners, pound for pound, of anybody around. Mitchell rolls to his right. He keeps it. Spins inside the 20. Going to be brought down a 16-yard line. Gain of about 3. Clock ticking off. 20 seconds left in this first quarter. Red Tops are up 8-7 on the Houston Academy Raiders. Gavin, you alluded to something earlier. It's been a very clean game so far, and it's been a very nice first quarter to watch.
Man, honestly, if I can summarize the first quarter, this has been an incredible game. And HA has come out, and they have not been scared of Slocomb. Slocomb is a very good football team. They were a very good football team last year, went to the playoffs, and did well. Almost went all the way, honestly. And to see HA come out here and say, you know what, we may not have the athletes that you do, but we're coming out here and we're fighting on our home field, and we're here to play. That's exactly what you want to see from your home team.
That's exactly right. At the end of the first quarter, Slocomb Red Tops 8, Houston Academy Raiders 7. This is Scenic Sports.
Your number 1 source for high school sports. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network.
Lewis Smith Supply is dedicated to offering a vast collection of fixtures, faucets, and accessories for your kitchen and bath. Make your dreams a reality. Step into the area's only Kohler Premier Showroom or see Delta's Brizo collection for the latest trends in kitchen and bathroom designs. Lewis Smith Supply offers an extensive line of plumbing supplies for contractors or do-it-yourselfers. For more inspiration, come visit one of our showrooms in Dothan or Enterprise.
And we're back at Northcutt Field for the start of the second quarter. Raiders inside the 20. 1st and 10. Mitchell in the shotgun. And a timeout on the field.
Oh, man. That's
by the Raiders.
That's unfortunate.
Coming right out of a break like that, absolutely. But we'll see what they come up with. So with we're having clock problems too.
Okay,
so they reset it back with timeout on the field with 12 minutes left in the second quarter. Slocomb Red Tops 8, East Academy Raiders 7 is to Daughtry. Over the left-hand side. Looked like he had a little bit of running room, got tripped up.
HA's in great position right here coming into the beginning of the second quarter. But this is is this third down?
I believe it's second.
Okay.
I think it was first down.
Man, I can't keep up with
We're really having a hard time up here. They're showing third down on the field.
I thought it was third down, but I wasn't sure.
Peyton ran it on first down here before we changed.
So Mitchell.
So this is a big third down for HA here.
Sure is. Number 28, Wiggum in motion. Mitchell's got a man open. It's Chapman Andrews. Touchdown, Raiders!
All right, your boy.
Chapman, El Chapo Andrews with the touchdown on the rollout.
Now, before we started, you said he got 2 touchdowns. He's got a touchdown a game, right?
He's got touchdowns in the last 3 games now.
All right.
Using him a little bit more in the flat and downfield a little bit. So, hey, great job.
That is a wonderful play there by both players, Chapman Andrews and Caden Mitchell. Great throw, great catch. And
great execution.
And then to get in the end zone. Like, there's one thing to catch the ball, but then to turn around and get in the end zone there.
You're
great
exactly
play.
Right.
Great play.
Great call by new offensive coordinator Don Jacobs as well.
And what it does is it makes that timeout okay.
Sure. So with 11:07 left in the second quarter, Houston Academy Raiders take the 14-8 lead over the Slocomb Red Tops. 11:07 left here in the second quarter. The Raiders getting ready to kick off after scoring the go-ahead touchdown to go up 14-8. Greg Sexton getting ready for the kickoff. Number 2, Brody Campbell, and number 25, Jalen Nobles back deep for the Red Tops. The kick is off. It's going to be a low one, and that's going to go out of bounds, I'm afraid, and that's a costly mistake right there, but hopefully the defense will make a stand.
Yeah, that's tough for HA there. It's going to really put Slocomb in an okay position here to start offense for the first time in the second quarter, but HA's done a great job on defense, so I expect them to come out and play the same exact defense that we've seen the past first quarter too.
Keep up the intensity and keep them try to keep those 2 running backs at bay. Hadn't seen a lot of passing tonight from Slocomb. I don't think we'll see a whole lot. Thomas in the shotgun. He's going to hand it to Miller.
Oh, man, what a great play.
Great play.
Oh.
Number 50, John Garner Cole, led the charge.
Yeah, great defensive play by H.A. there. You know, they read that.
They sure did.
Just to perfection. Because Slocomb was doing some different things. They had a different look. No back on, you know, and so they were expecting a pass. But no, they still ran the ball, and H.A. did a great job.
Thomas in the shotgun. The give is to Miller. He cuts it back up the middle. He's got good running room. Brought down by Chapman Andrews, J.T. Ackerman on the tackle. Going to be 3rd and 1 for the Red Tops. See if the Raiders can make a stand right here. Thomas looks to the sidelines to get the offensive play in. He's going to line up in the shotgun. Miller to his right. Nobles wide left, or in the slot. The give is to Miller straight up the middle, and that's going to be good enough for a first down across midfield, brought down at the 47.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to stop this Slocomb offense on a 3rd and 1, but you just line up and line up on first down and try to stop them here.
That's right. Thomas drops back. He's looking left. He's looking downfield. The pass is complete to Nobles at the 40. Looks like Slocomb might have got away with a hold.
Yeah, that was pretty obvious too.
Right in front,
right
of,
in
the
front of the official.
Head official, Slocomb Red Top graduate. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
He's just trying to keep it a clean game so he can keep the theme of this clean game,
that's
right?
That's exactly right. Thomas lines up in the shotgun. Nobles to his right. The give is to Nobles. He takes it over the left-hand side, breaks a couple of tackles, but then brought down for virtually no gain. Led by number 75, J.T. Eberhardt. No, sorry, number 72. Ethan Coachman on the tackle. Thomas in the shotgun. Nobles to his right. He keeps it, takes it up the middle. He's got a little bit of running room. Brought down by number 50, John Garner Cole. John Garner has made a couple of good plays so far in this game.
Yeah, you know, HA's doing a good job on defense. You know, Nobles and Miller have had some good runs, but they've been able to make it where they're not hitting that home run play to the end zone. So that's really good to be able to contain those two.
But whoever hits them initially is doing a good job of holding them till the rest can get there to
slowing
help.
them down just a little bit.
Thomas rolls to his right. He's got pressure, and he's going to be pulled down by number 40. Jaden Gilbert.
Great defensive play there. Contained him, didn't let him get out of the pocket too much because he had running room on the right side
He
there.
sure did.
But a great defensive play there by number 40.
Gilbert, a junior.
And now Slocomb they have lost a lot of yardage on that play, and now you think you may see a quarterback pass the ball in this situation.
Correct. It is 2nd down and Graceville for a first down. Thomas drops back. He's looking over the middle. He's got a man open. Just off the fingertips of number 8, Josh King. Josh, the son of Scott King, former Northview High School baseball standout.
Yeah, now this is a big 3rd down here for Slocomb, and I'll be honest, I'm going to be very shocked if they don't go for it here on 4th down, seeing as though they've been,
they've been moving the ball.
They've been moving the ball very well.
So Thomas is in the shotgun. No backs in the backfield. He drops back. He's looking left. He's getting pressure. Oh! And finally brought down. That's going to be a huge loss.
Wow.
Brought down by number 61, Sam Waller. Great defensive stand for the Raiders there. The longer the game stays like this, Gavin, too, the more confidence the Raiders will get.
The more confidence the Raiders get, and the more anxious the Slocomb gets that they're, what's going on here? Why isn't this working? What's happening? But look here.
And
check
there's a
this
snap
out.
over the head. Thomas has got it, but he's going to be brought down at the 24-yard line. So the Raiders will take over with excellent field position.
Man, I just can't explain to you how different this football team looks from last year. I'm so excited to just what I'm seeing. They're hungry. They're hungry.
They are.
And they're ready to play, like you said. And, man, this crowd should be behind this team.
100%.
And, it's so good to see that HA's doing well.
So with 6:16 left in the second quarter, there's a break in the action. Houston Academy Raiders 14, Slocomb Red Tops 8. So the Raiders will take over 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. 6:16 left in the second quarter. Raiders looking to strike here.
Man, wouldn't you love to see a play action just down the field here?
Absolutely.
Is that the Lane Kiffin play action down the field after a turnover?
Daughtry.
Yeah, right.
Daughtry with the handoff over the right side. Gain of maybe a yard.
I love that strategy.
4 yards, actually.
You catch them off guard.
Got a lot more than we could tell up here. Like I said earlier, Jeb Daughtry, one of the hardest runners pound for pound of anybody I've seen in the area. Mitchell in shotgun. Will Wells in motion. The counter give to Daughtry over the left-hand side. He's got running room. He breaks a tackle.
There it is.
Touchdown Raiders!
Man, what a great play.
Run by Jeb Daughtry.
He is, Jeb Daughtry is not going to beat you by, juking somebody out. But you know what he's going to do? He's going to put his head down and run
and
you
he will
over.
Run you like a runaway freight train.
The train is coming, and you better watch out.
I think we've given him a new nickname.
There you go.
Jeb the Train Daughtry. The kick is up, and the kick is good by Greg Sexton. So, with 5:31 left, Raiders take advantage of the good field position and take the lead 21-8 over the Slocomb Red Tops. 5:31 left in the second quarter. Greg Sexton gets ready for the kickoff. Brody Campbell and 25 Jalen Nobles back deep for the Red Tops. And the kick is off. It's going to be fielded on the 1. It's going to be returned by Campbell. He's out left. There's a penalty flag on the play away from, I believe that's going to be holding. So we'll see what they... Officials seem to be having have had some issues tonight trying to get on the same page, it seems like. And it is a hold on the Red Top. So that's going to...
It's going to take them back a few.
Deep. So hopefully the Raiders, with 5:21 left, can get a stop here and get some good field position, possibly get a score going in at the half. Thomas is going to line up in the shotgun. Nobles to his left, Miller to his right. The give is to Nobles. Nope, he faked it. He's going to throw it. Incomplete. Thomas had pressure, number 71, Hooper Richards.
Yeah, I think you're seeing a little bit of panic here from Slocomb here, where their game is to run the ball, and you're seeing a lot of passing plays getting drawn up there for number 10 for Slocomb, which tells me that they're not as confident in that running game at the moment, and that's because the Raiders are doing such a good job of bottling them up inside.
The defensive front for the Raiders has done a great job so far this game, and let's hope they can keep it up. Thomas on the keeper, rolls out to the right. He's going to be squared up by number 11, Cameron Mitchell.
What a hit by Cameron Mitchell there. And, hey, I give it to Cameron Mitchell because number 10, the quarterback there for Slocomb, has dropped the ball twice. And so what do? You put your helmet on the football.
And you square him up. Thomas in the shotgun. Miller to his left. Miller breaks a tackle. He's going to be brought down by number 58, Logan Booth, on the tackle. That's going to be good enough for a Slocomb first down.
Another thing that's really good that I've seen from the Raiders just in this half is it's not just one person that's tackling. That's getting to
it's a team effort.
It is a team effort. You're seeing players all over the field get different tackles and in on the play.
They're hungry. Thomas in the shotgun, drops back to pass. He keeps it, rolls to his left, cuts it back up the middle. It's going to be a gain of about 4. Brought down by a gang of Raiders, led by number 72, Ethan Coachman. The defensive line for the Raiders right now is number 50, John Garner Cole. Number 72, Ethan Coachman on the left-hand side. Thomas in the shotgun. Rolls out. He gives it to Nobles over the left side. A little counter play. That's going to be another first down for Slocomb, I believe.
Yeah, and I'm glad you're naming those defensive linemen because at this moment in the game, those are your MVPs.
That's exactly
right. They are in the trenches, and it is not easy to go in the trenches with this Slocomb offensive line. And these are some big boys up there.
They sure are.
HA is definitely smaller than Slocomb with the line situation, and they're winning.
That's right. You win in the trenches, you got a good chance to win the game. Thomas in the shotgun, drops back, looks to his right, he throws. He's got Miller out. Miller's going to be brought down by Chapman Andrews.
Yeah, great job.
Open field tackle.
Great job by Chapman Andrews. I was watching him the whole time, and what he did was he spied him. He spied him the whole way. He said, all right, Miller, I got you. Wherever you go, I'm going.
I'll be there.
And he caught the ball, and he wasn't able to get his momentum to get forward, and so he was able to get him down. And, man, what a great play by Chapman Andrews.
You got to hit these two guys quick. You can't let them get in the open field or get on the outside.
Let him get loose, or it's over. You're seeing the back of their jerseys.
Thomas looks over the middle. He's got Miller over the middle. Miller brought down by Jeb Daughtry just shy of the 40-yard line. So that's really the first pass play downfield we've seen from Slocomb tonight.
Yeah, and it went to Miller again. And I was talking a little bit earlier, if Slocomb wants to get anything going on offense, they have got to get Miller involved. Because if he isn't involved, then the rest of the Slocomb players are just not as fast as Miller is.
Thomas in shotgun. The give is to Nobles over the right side. Breaks one tackle. He's got it, gets to the outside and runs out of bounds right at the 45. They're marking it just short of the 45, 44-yard line. I'm sorry, the 36-yard line. We're in Raider territory. 2:12 left in the second quarter. Clock stops on the run out of bounds. Defense needs to make a stand right here.
Yeah, if you're the HA Raiders right here, you just got to lean on what you've done the whole entire half and just contain these two runners because that's what they're going to do. It's very obvious.
We saw it right there. Nobles breaks one tackle and almost takes it.
Yeah, you really, you alluded to it. You really got to get him down the first hit because if he gets loose, then it's off to the races.
Thomas keeps on the quarterback keeper over the left-hand side. And that's going to be good enough for the Slocomb first down. Clock continues to run with 1:42 left in the second quarter.
Yeah, that's definitely something to mention here with it being 1:40 left in the game. Slocomb's really got to. And it looked like H.A. may not have been able to substitute like they wanted to. So that was a good timeout by H.A. To
settle things down.
Yeah, to settle things down a little bit. And Slocomb's doing a good job of working their way down the field. But with it being 1:37 left to go, Slocomb's got to really think about the time, which is good for H.A. because if you just do your job on defense, they're going to be panicking on offense trying to get the ball in the end zone before the half. So just got to be disciplined and settle down, like you said.
Keep once again alluding to the two running backs of Jalen Nobles and Thomas. Thomas is the quarterback, I believe.
Yeah,
Miller.
One thing that I've realized just watching this game is the read option. That Slocomb, that's really the only thing that they've done really well in this game on offense is the read option. And so what HA has to do is those linebackers, they've been practicing this all for the whole week. They have to stick to their assignment.
That's right.
And we're going to see this all in college football tomorrow because you've got a ton of games, a ton of running quarterbacks that are playing on tomorrow, and you're going to see this. You're going to see these linebackers. They've got to stick to their assignments because if they don't, what's going to happen is they're going to fake it to number 25 Nobles, and number 10, the quarterback's just going to run it down the field.
That's right. That's right. Thomas in the shotgun, fakes to Miller, rolls out to his right. He's got room. He's looking downfield. He throws. He's got Nobles. He's got Nobles down to the 5.
Oh.
Takes it in for the touchdown. That's, from a defensive standpoint for the Raiders, that's what we've got to stay away from, is letting Nobles out in the open space and miss tackles.
Yeah, that's tough for HA there. On defense, you really were able to get the push up front to really get pressure on the quarterback there for Slocomb. But he did a good job of rolling out to the right. And man, he had all the time in the world. And honestly, it looked like he may have passed the ball over the line of scrimmage. But we really can't tell that. It was very close. But he did put the ball right where it had to be to Nobles. And, man, isn't it nice for Slocomb to be able to pass the ball like that to your running back, who is the star of your team, and let him run it in for the touchdown.
The point after by Morin is good.
We got a good one here. With 123.
You couldn't ask for a better one so far. So with 1:23 left in the second quarter, the Houston Academy Raiders are up 21-15 over the Slocomb Red Tops. This is Scenic Sports. 1:23 left. Number 54 Morin gets ready to kick off for the Red Tops. So far tonight, every kickoff has been more of an onside kick. It looks like he's going to line up to kick this one downfield a little bit.
Yeah, it's probably not a bad idea with it being 1:23 left in the game to.
And that's going to be Caden Mitchell on the return. Caden back, hasn't returned, and slides down at the 20. Probably a good decision being the quarterback.
People may be thinking, at home, hey, why did he just slide like that? But people, that's your starting quarterback there for the Raiders, and that's the best way to get hurt when you. That's the best way to get hurt right there on a kickoff return. I have not
seen Caden back to return kickoffs this year so far. But.
Honestly, I think they may have thought that was going to be an onside kick, and when it wasn't, the wrong man was back there.
Yeah. Wasn't quite sure what to do there. But. So with 1:17 left, let's see if the Raiders can get anything going here. You've got time, but at the same time, you want to be fairly conservative. JT Ackerman on the carry. Nice gain over the left side.
Yeah, I tell you, number 17 there for Slocomb with a great tackle because, honestly, Ackerman was really close there to breaking it free and would have been it may have been a shoelace tackle for the end zone, honestly. It had opened up pretty good there for HA.
Ackerman spelling Daughtry for a little bit. Ackerman's done a fantastic job running the ball this year. Has done a great job on defense as well. He's just an athlete.
I tell you too, this is smart from HA to just let this clock run out and see what you can do running the ball. But I commend the coaching staff for just kind of letting this thing run out, because this has been an outstanding first half from the Raiders. You do not want to make a mistake here with 28 seconds left in this first half.
I think the Raiders would be just fine letting the clock run out. I think that's probably what we're about to see here with the 21-15 lead going.
Well, and you go into the half with all the momentum on your side whenever you're up on the scoreboard. But if a mistake was to happen and they were able to get it in the end zone, you have just destroyed all the momentum that you have worked on this whole entire game. And so I completely commend that coaching staff for doing that. It's been a great first half, though.
Great job by the Raiders of containing those two big backs from Slocomb, and the Raiders will carry a 21-15 lead into halftime. And this is Scenic Sports.
Your number one source for high school sports. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network.
Lewis Smith Supply is dedicated to offering a vast collection of fixtures, faucets, and accessories for your kitchen and bath. Make your dreams a reality. Step into the area's only Kohler Premier Showroom or see Delta's Brizo collection for the latest trends in kitchen and bathroom designs. Lewis Smith Supply offers an extensive line of plumbing supplies for contractors or do-it-yourselfers. For more inspiration, come visit one of our showrooms in Dothan or Enterprise.
Start of the second half. Greg Sexton with the kick. The kick's going to be deep, but I believe it's going to be out of bounds, and that's going to be another costly penalty on the kickoff coming out of halftime anyway. What a great first half, really, on both sides of the ball for the Raiders.
Yeah, it was a great first half, and we're in for a good second half here with it being 21-15, and we'll look to see what Slocomb does here on this first drive of the third quarter. The coaches have had time to kind of check out what they want to do on this first drive, and HA just needs to come back and do the exact same thing they did on defense in the first half.
Try to hold Nobles and Miller. Thomas in the shotgun. The give is to Miller. Takes it over the right side. He's looking for running room. Cuts it back. It's going to be a short gain. Brought down by number 64, Ian Coachman, for the Raiders. Thomas in the shotgun. Nobles to his right. The give is to Nobles. He cuts it back up the middle. He's going to have a little bit of running room. Great job. Great tackle by Charlie Knowles. Nobles looked like he had a little bit of running room, Gavin, and Charlie closed in quickly. Yeah,
they did a great job of containing Nobles there. He wanted to go on the inside, probably right around that left guard there, and what didn't find any room there, and then went around to the defensive to the other side, and again contained him on that side. So great play by the HA defense there. And we've really seen that all night, honestly.
Sure have. 10:50 on the clock as the clock runs here in the third quarter. Nobles takes the Wildcat And I believe that's going to be good enough for a Slocomb red top first down.
Yeah, you know, we talked about it. It's going to be tough to get in there on a really close play there when it's either a yard or 2 yards with the running backs.
It's going to be tough to stop with those two.
It really is, and so you just got to line up and on the next down and do your job.
Thomas going to line up in the shotgun. Miller to his left. We need a turnover is what we need. Drops back. Off the fingertips of Nobles, and then off the fingertips of Ackerman.
Yeah, it looks like HA dialed up some pressure a little bit there for their defense, which didn't necessarily get home, but the quarterback there, Colin, let it go, and Nobles, it just came off his hand, and it was very close to becoming a turnover that you were talking about.
That's right. Thomas keeps it on the read option.
Yeah, we got a flag here, and it looks like it's right in the area of holding usually. So let's see what we got here.
And Gavin, you hit the nail on the head.
That Auburn education, yeah?
There you go. Your Auburn Tigers have a big matchup tomorrow night with Penn State Nittany Lions.
Yeah,
I believe they're going to white out it.
We'll really see what Auburn's got in this game because let me tell you, the last 2 games we really haven't been able to really figure out what Auburn's got until right now in this game tomorrow.
Putting up 60 points a game, that's always a good thing, though. They give us to Miller. He bounces it out the left side, still moving. Brought down by Jaden Gilbert, number 40 for the Raiders. Another good job of containing the running backs for that defensive.
That's right.
Defensive front for the Raiders.
Is the first third down here in the first third down in third quarter. So this is a big third down for HA to get the ball back, and let's see what we got.
Thomas drops back. He's going to tuck it and run. He's running right up the middle. And that's going to be good enough for a first down. Across the 40, brought down. I believe they're going to mark it on the 33-yard line. It's going to bring up 1st and 10. Nice little run by the quarterback, Thomas, for the Red Tops. Thomas looks to the sidelines to get the play in. Thomas in shotgun. The give is to Miller up the middle. He's got running room. He's going to be tripped up by number 5, Jack Waller, number 15, J.T. Ackerman for the Raiders, but not before a large gain, and the running backs are starting to break off big chunks on the runs, Gavin.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit at halftime about the fact that the matter is we knew that this Slocomb football team was going to run the ball, but you talked about it. It wanes on your defense if you're HA, and that's what's happening. You know, they're just running the ball and really kind of wearing that defense down, and I expect that to happen throughout this second half, and we'll see what that HA. All it takes is for that HA defense to rise up one time and get a good turnover. So
force the turnover.
That's
break
exactly right.
The momentum. It's going to be 2nd and 5. The give is to the quarterback keeper over the left side. Thomas has got running room. He's going to be brought down around the 10-yard line. That's going to be our 1st and goal for the Red Tops.
Yeah, and you can see a little bit of the adjustment that Slocomb has made now in this third quarter, just in this first drive. Is the fact of the matter is HA is watching Nobles every play and watching where he goes, and so what they're doing to make that Slocomb offense run is to run the quarterback instead of Nobles. Now that time HA did a great job of stopping Nobles.
Brought down for no gain right about the 10-yard line. Logan Booth in on the tackle for the Raiders, as well as Jaden Gilbert. The quarterback keeper again right up the middle, and there's another flag down. Thomas takes it down to about the 2, but I believe it's going to be another hold against the Red Tops. And
yeah, definitely against Slocomb there. HA's just got to hold Slocomb out of the end zone right here.
That's right.
You know, it's going to do something to your mental state if you let the Slocomb Red Tops get in the end zone here. After seeing them get in the end zone the last offensive possession, you just don't need that to happen if you're HA.
A bend don't break defense.
That's
right here.
right.
The clock runs with 7:12 left in the third quarter. Quarterback is going to keep it again. He's going to run right at the middle. HA made a good adjustment on that play. And that's going to bring up a third and goal. You got to watch Thomas here. I mean, he's been
lethal on this drive.
He drops back. He's got a man open out in the flat and just a little bit short. Miller, the intended receiver.
He was open out in the flat, but the ball was flat too. You know, so
right.
you gotta really lead your runner instead of throwing it in the ground there. But HA, still that bend don't break like you talked about. Now Slocomb's going to come in here and see if they can kick a field goal, which keeps HA with the lead even if they get this field goal.
Number 54, Morin comes in for the field goal attempt. The snap, the kick is up, and the kick is good. Bend don't break.
That's exactly right. Yes, you know, you may have given up a field goal there, but that's a lot better than giving up 7 or 8 because they've been going for 2.
The clock was continuing to run there for a second, but I think they got it stopped with about 2 seconds off of it. So with 6:18 left in the third quarter, Slocomb strikes first in the second half. The Houston Academy Raiders are up 21-18 over the Slocomb Red Tops. This is Scenic Sports. The Red Tops, and it's going to be another squib kick, fielded by Mitchell. Mitchell rolls to his left. And he's going to have to get down a little quicker than that. Brody Campbell introduced himself on that play. So let's see if the Raiders can get back in the offensive mode and have.
Yeah, we've seen some good things from the HA Raiders on offense, and so we just hope to see those same exact things. You know, just like Slocomb had the time for the coaches to, you know, make those adjustments. Now HA needs to make those same adjustments on offense.
Mitchell drops back. He's got his brother Cameron out on wide left. It's going to be a gain of about 7.
Yeah, good first play right there on the first drive there. Just a simple curl route there, and did a great job of, with those types of plays, it's all about the timing. So what I see whenever I see those plays is practice is paying off, and they're doing well in practice.
That's right. The give over to Daughtry over the left-hand side, tripped up just shy of the 35-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Raider offense. Mitchell's going to line up in shotgun. Daughtry to his left.
Now, you got to think here, if you're the Raiders, Slocomb's probably coming after you with it being 3rd and 1 right here. So you can be ready for that.
The give is to Daughtry, and he's going to get 3 yards and the first down for the Raiders. Nice drive, nice play right there. Drive by Daughtry, not stopping his feet. So the Raiders convert the first down. Mitchell's got it. He was looking for the hitch and go with his brother Cameron. defensive back Brody Campbell did a good job on the defense and didn't bite on the hitch. Second and 10 for the Raiders.
Yeah, you were talking about it a little earlier about the fact that, this drive, we want to make sure that we just chew some clock. Even if we don't get points on the board, we need to chew some clock here.
They give us Daughtry over the right side. He cuts it up the middle, runs into his own player. He brought down at the 40, just shy of the 40. It's going to bring up 3rd and 7 for the Raiders.
Yeah, now you found yourself in a passing situation here at 3rd and 7, so it'll be interesting to see what the Raiders call up and on this play. Done a good job running the ball with Jeb Daughtry, and well, let's see what Caden Mitchell can do here.
Wickham in motion. Mitchell drops back. He's getting pressured. He rolls. He's got running room down out the left-hand side. And he's going to run out of bounds right at the 50-yard line, just over the 50-yard line. The 49 goes out of bounds at the 49. So another first down run for Mitchell.
Yeah, that was just a great vision by Caden Mitchell there. They brought the linebacker off the right side there, and Mitchell saw it immediately and rolled out to the left and was able to find some room over there on the left and get the first down and get out of bounds and not get hurt.
And not get hit. You're exactly right. Showing the moxie of a senior quarterback, much less just a freshman. He's dancing around back. He's looking downfield. He's got a little bit of running room. He dances around and makes something out of nothing. Brought down by Nobles.
Yeah, great athletic play there, but you
hold your breath every time.
You really do. I mean, that was a tough hit right there at the end of that play, and it really shows you how tough he is, but man.
You just don't like to see your quarterback taking
add
those.
Up, and it may not hurt right now, but later on down the field, you never know.
And that was Nobles on the hit, so you know
he's feeling it.
He's feeling it. But a tough kid, like I said, only a 9th grader. Wiggle him in motion. They give us to Daughtry over the right side. He cuts it back over the middle. That should be. See where they mark it on the forward progress. I believe that's going to be good enough for a first down. If not, it's right at it.
Yeah, he's going to be close to the 40-yard line, so it may be like a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. But a hard run there by Jeb Daughtry. We talked about how hard he runs, and that was just another great run by Jeb Daughtry here. And I expect the Raiders just to feed him again. Bulldoze him straight through that line.
He's one of those that's hard to stop. And it looks like Slocomb's bringing the pressure, but Daughtry's going to take the contact and get the first down over the right side. Great job by Daughtry.
Yeah, and I know you guys can't necessarily see the clock, but we're looking at 1:42. We started this drive with 6 minutes. You alluded to it about, the time and chewing this clock up. This is an amazing drive. This is the exact drive that you want if you're HA.
Mitchell in shotgun. Defensive lineman seemed to have jumped.
Yep, it looks like we got a flag here.
Nobody seems to be.
Looks like they're having a conference in the middle of the field to see where they're going to go to eat tonight.
This is that time of the game where the officials start questioning where they're going. Of course, Applebee's is one of their all-time favorites.
I was about to say, is Applebee's going to be the one they pick tonight, or is it going to be TGI Fridays?
If you're really looking for a long shot, Shoney's. I mean, it's just, I don't know if they're open tonight, but they seem to be open some days and not open. And let's see what they got. And it was.
A little offsides there
on the defense. We're sure what took so long to come up with that, because it was pretty evident.
I think they're waiting for their Krispy Kreme that's on the way.
Very much so. That should be delivered at the end of the 3rd quarter. So it's going to bring up 1st and 5 for the Raiders. Mitchell in shotgun. The give is to Daughtry. He tries to bounce it out left, gets tripped up. It's going to be a short gain, I believe.
Yeah,
Gain of about 4.
And I tell you what, that was actually a really good play by Slocomb. They've seen Jed Daughtry just run all over him tonight, and they realized, okay, I'm not going to go up high with this guy because he's going to run me over. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go down low. I'm going to get him down on his feet and get him down on the ground.
Going after those shoelaces.
That's exactly right.
The clock runs, 44 seconds left in the third quarter. Wiggum in motion. Drops back. He's got his brother Cameron. Makes a move. Makes a miss. Gets out of bounds. Down to the 20. They're going to mark it at the 20. 23-yard line.
Yeah, when you first saw that play, you know, you looked at it and you were like, "Oh gosh, that's gonna go for a loss." But great move by his brother there, Cameron Mitchell, and he was able to get some yardage where you really didn't think he was going to get anything at all.
Looked like a loss, turned a loss into a gain, and got the first down. The clock runs with 10 seconds left. It's going to be the last play. The give is to Daughtry. Ball was out, but I believe he was down. So, at the end of the third quarter, Houston Academy Raiders clinging to a 21-18 lead over the Slocomb Red Tops. This is Scenic Sports.
Your number one source for high school sports. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network.
Lewis Smith Supply is dedicated to offering a vast collection of fixtures, faucets, and accessories for your kitchen and bath. Make your dreams a reality. Step into the area's only Kohler Premier Showroom or see Delta's Brizo collection for the latest trends in kitchen and bathroom designs. Lewis Smith Supply offers an extensive line of plumbing supplies for contractors or do-it-yourselfers. For more inspiration, come visit one of our showrooms in Dothan or Enterprise.
Minutes left. We seem to have a little. We have a coach throwing a clipboard over on the sidelines. Not sure what the call on the. I'm not sure what the argument was about, but. So.
That's a series of fortunate events there for HA. I was watching that on the sideline, wasn't sure what was going on, but it did look like Slocomb's coach was upset about something, and the ref just had enough. He had talked to him for too long, and we weren't playing football like we should have been.
Correct.
And so that's when you delay the game like that, you're most likely going to get a penalty no matter what is said on the sideline. So I think the refs did a great job of going ahead and throwing that penalty, and you know, there's got to be consequences to your actions when
and I'm not sure that they saw him throw the clipboard after the fact.
Yeah, maybe the clipboard, maybe his headset. A little bit of everything, you know. And all right.
Still trying to figure. I'm not sure if this is a TV timeout or.
We got refs kicking things off the field, so you never know.
First and goal for the Raiders from the 10. The give is to Daughtry over the left-hand side. He's got a blocker out front.
All right, looks like there's another flag and a holding.
It's going to be holding.
Raiders.
So that's a costly penalty right there on first down. You know, you get inside the 10.
You know,
spot a foul.
I was just going to say, either there's two things that can happen whenever you have a situation that just happened like that. One, your football team gets really excited and riled up and ready to play because you know that your coach is over there fighting for you. Or number two, you realize, okay, we're in trouble. And you start thinking, maybe we don't have this game like we thought we did.
Raiders really need to get the ball in the end zone here. 11:40 left in the fourth quarter. Mitchell shotgun. Two receivers to his right, single receiver to his left. Daughtry in the backfield.
Oh, man. Timeout.
We had a timeout, Houston Academy. So, with 11:30 left in the contest, Houston Academy knocking at the door, clinging to a 21-18 lead. So the Raiders come back on the field, 11:30 left. It's going to be first and goal, I believe, way back at 21-yard line. Mitchell in the shotgun. Daughtry to his right. Mitchell rolls out to his right. He's looking downfield. He's got Will Wells open. And Will Wells with the catch. Great job by Will Wells and a great throw by Mitchell. Will is playing with a cast on his right arm tonight. That injury he suffered a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, that was a great play there to just roll out and be able to hit your man down there. Now, it's still not a first down because of the holding penalty, but it is only second down and looks like maybe 4.
H.A. knocking on the door. The give is to Daughtry. He sees the hole, cuts it up the field. Touchdown, Raiders! What a nice piece of running by Daughtry there.
Wow.
Took his time, saw the hole, and hit it.
I'm very impressed with H.A.'s offense at this point because, when you get down to the goal line like that and have a holding penalty that sets you back 10 yards, it's an uphill battle to get back to where you were. And they not only got back to where they were, but better, in the end zone for looks like 7 here.
The kick is up, and the kick is good. So, with 11:08 left in the fourth, H.A. strikes pay dirt, takes the 27-18 lead over the Slocomb Red Tops. This is Scenic Sports. So, H.A. getting ready to kick off. That will be number 19, Greg Sexton. While we've got a minute here, I would like to give a special shout out to Miss Kayla Woods. Miss Woods is the trainer for the Houston Academy Raiders and does a great job of keeping our players from injury. Helps them with their injuries. So thank you to Kayla. Nobles back deep. He's bringing it out. He's got running room. Breaks a tackle. Breaks a couple of tackles. Still on his feet. Still on his feet.
Wow.
Hard running by Mr. Nobles right there.
That's a big boy.
That's big boy football right there.
I don't know if I'm H.A. If I have to kick off again, I don't know if I'm squibbing that ball to jump somebody else besides Nobles back there. He's got enough elusive talent to get the ball to the end zone every time he touches it.
You feel like every time he touches it, there's a chance.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Miller takes the ball up the middle. Good push for about 4, maybe 5 yards.
And if you're Slocomb here, you're getting a little anxious here with 10 minutes to go in this fourth quarter.
And you know what happens a lot of times when you get anxious?
Mistakes happen.
And a turnover here would be great for the Raiders. Thomas keeps it up the middle. He's going to be close to a first down.
And also, if you're Slocomb, you're wanting to score pretty quick here. And so with the way that Slocomb plays, they don't have a lot of big plays down the field throwing the ball. So you know they're going to use some clock. They're going to have to run the ball. So you've got that to your advantage if you're the HA Raider defense.
And run was good enough for a first down, so it'll be first and 10 for Slocomb on the 49. Slocomb trying to regain that momentum they had on the last drive. The give is to Nobles over the right side. Oh, he's going to get outside. Oh, shoestring tackles. Brought down by number 25, Charlie Knowles.
Yeah, great play by Charlie Knowles. It's a foot race to the end zone if he doesn't get that tackle. Right there, he was going to tiptoe down that line for sure.
That's a race I'm not sure we're going to win. Thomas in the shotgun. Nobles goes in motion. The give is to Miller. Takes it back up the middle. Brought down by number 24, Chapman Andrews with the tackle.
Which is kind of like a weird, slow, kind of evolving play there. It was a little strange.
They do a good job of being very patient until they see the holes.
Right,
and they attack those holes, and that's just a great job of running by those two. Nobles over the right side. The big offensive linemen for Slocomb are starting to lean on the defensive line of HA a little bit.
You know, we haven't really talked about this, but, you know, HA's got a true home field advantage right here. These fans over here are making Slocomb hear it. With the pressure being dialed up, the pressure is on them right now from this Raider faithful.
They came to the game ready and came to cheer, so you love to see it too. It's just a great night here at Northcutt.
Hey, Scott's missing this, but I'm enjoying calling the game with you. You know,
Gavin's doing a great job.
Tell Scott that he needs to take some more trips. You know,
right. Scott Phillips is out of town on business tonight, so we're missing him. Thomas drops back. He's going to keep it. He's going to go over the right side. He's got running room. Once again, brought down by another great tackle by Charlie Knowles.
Yeah, maybe another touchdown-saving tackle by number 25, Charlie Knowles.
He's had two in the last three plays.
And we really haven't talked about him all night. And then you see him make two really great plays right here on the defensive side of the ball. And this is a big third down.
Charlie's dad, Tracy, was a standout center at Northview High School. Quarterback keeper.
Oh, man, great play.
He's going to be brought down by number 61, or held up by 61, Sam Waller.
We do have a flag down over here on this side of the field.
Nobody's over there, so let's see.
Call a face mask on this sideline. You can't call a face mask on the sideline.
This is going to be a big play. Oh, no.
Wow.
Goodness.
Not sure where it occurred, but the flag was thrown from the sideline, so we're not real.
Yeah. Did you throw that flag? Because
it was over here by us.
It kind of went. It kind of came from over here where we were at all the way.
It was close to us.
That's 40 yards.
So that's going to bring up first down and 10 from the 20.
Man, that's a tough break for HA. You just got to get down and
pass intended for Nobles.
And we've got another flag on the field here. But it looks like it may be on the offense. False start.
False start on the Red Top, so that's going to back them up 5. The defense really just needs to key on those three guys. The number 10, Thomas, Miller, and Nobles.
It sounds simple when you say that.
Right.
But it's just not as simple when you're looking at them on the field.
Nobles to Thomas's left, trips to his right. And the give is to Nobles. And he's going to be brought down in the backfield. Number 67, Cade Wiggum on the play.
Great play by number 67, Cade Wiggum there. Just came through, shot through the line as fast as a cannon.
Great job by Cade. Cade playing a big game tonight on that defensive line. Trips to Thomas's left. He's looking left. He's rolling out.
Ooh. Man, I tell you.
Another flag.
Another flag.
Not sure.
It may be holding on Slocomb.
So that's going to help get some of those yardage back on the face mask.
Right. I mean, it was a tough break there from HA when the face mask penalty happened. But you know what HA did? They didn't panic. They kept their cool. They kept their composure. And now you see Slocomb making those mistakes that we talked about at the beginning. Whenever you talk about just being anxious about this game right here.
They waved it off. They
waved it off.
Oh, no, HA declined it.
Oh, okay, third down.
HA declined it. We did not see that. That's going to bring up third and about 15.
This is a huge third down here for the Raiders.
Thomas drops back. He's got a man over the middle. That's going to be picked off. We've got running room. That's number 15.
Oh, no.
JT Ackerman. Looked like the ball came out.
He may have fumbled there.
But held on to it. JT Ackerman. That's the turnover that we needed right there, Gavin.
Man, what a play by the Raiders there.
There can't be a flag.
We're just paused on the field. Anytime you freeze on the field, you just need to pay attention because you never know what these refs are going to do. So we're frozen. We're going to see what happens here. And
block pushing the back.
Oh yes, I do see the flag all the way from. Looks like maybe Headland is where the flag came from.
That had no bearing on the play whatsoever.
Yeah,
that's tough right there. That's a big penalty right there.
Well, if we go back to this drive, there's been two really tough breaks for HA. One with the face mask penalty, which was on third down, which would have made it where Slocomb had a fourth down play with a lot of pressure. And then here, where you have an interception for HA and you have a penalty like that. That
hurts right there. Let's see if the defense bend, don't break. Clinging to the 10-point lead. Slocomb needs a field goal and a touchdown. So if we could just hold them right here. Noble's over the right side. Noble's is going to take it over the right side in for the touchdown.
And just walk in there.
Not a lot of pressure there. Great job of that Slocomb offensive line up front, opening those holes for him.
I tell you what, that's just tough for the HA. But you know what? That's okay. You did a great job. You did your job. That was a great turnover, and you did your job. There's clock. You chewed up clock. Now there's 7 minutes, and now your offense. You got to get some points when you get back on the field.
Mooring in for the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So, with 7:27 left in the fourth quarter, Slocomb Red Tops cut the lead to 28-15. Houston Academy.
28-25.
28-25. I'm sorry. 7:27 left in the ball game. Slocomb capitalizes, scores to cut it 28-25, and it looks like they're going to go for another onside kick. Morin has done a good job. He's got those bounces tonight. Let's see if we can defend it again. And sure enough, it's a...
Ooh, that's tough. All right, looks like HA was able to get it, but that was very good onside kick.
It was a great job. I'd like to give some credit to number 54 Moore, and he's done a great job on those.
Man,
it's not easy to kick an onside kick to get the bounce that you need to get the ball, and he has done it perfect all night.
That was a perfect execution of an onside kick if I've ever seen one. The only thing there, and honestly, they had the ball, they just dropped it. But all right, HA has the ball with 7:24. All right,
need another 6-minute plus.
We just have to be smart here. You just got to be smart here. You have the lead. Remember that.
Good field position. Daughtry with the carry. He's going to be brought down believe, for no gain. That clock continues to run, 7:15 left in the fourth quarter. HA in no hurry here to get these snaps off.
No, they're going to run some clock here, and I'll tell you, if I'm Slocomb, I'm putting 8 guys in the box because they're coming for that runner. If you can see that, there's nobody back there.
Mitchell on the keeper, cuts it up. He's going to have a little running room. Stiff arms. What a great job by number 2, Caden Mitchell on the run. Gets out over the 40, past the 40-yard line. Threw the stiff arm up there, Gavin, to 2 of them.
Yeah, that was a great play there by Caden Mitchell, making something happen with his legs. I would have been, if we had a little replay, I would have liked to have seen where that hand was on that face mask. Let's just say that.
Not called very often on that particular.
On those types of plays, no, usually they don't.
Mitchell in the shotgun.
Well, this is a big third down play here.
Looks to the sidelines to get the play. Daughtry moves to his right. Mitchell rolls out. He's going to keep it. He's going to cut it back up the middle. I believe that's going to be good enough for a first down.
That is going to be a first down, Raiders, for Caden Mitchell. What that does for you is it just runs that clock down. As you see there, we're at 6 minutes here in the fourth quarter, and that gives you 4 more downs to run some more clock. And we've seen HA do a great job of time of possession in this game.
Once again, HA not in any hurry. 10 seconds left on the play clock. Mitchell in the shotgun. The give is to Daughtry. And he's going to be hit immediately.
Now, if you're HA here, you have got to hold on to that ball. You know, that's the one thing that the Slocomb's trying to do, is to rip the ball out of the hands or put the helmet on the ball whenever the runner's going into the heart of that defense. You just got to be very careful with the ball and hold on tight to that ball.
Gavin, I doubt seriously we'll see it, but a play action right here.
With no safety help or anything,
it's there.
You definitely have it there for sure.
You've got Cameron Mitchell right here on the right, and he is open.
Great play.
Pass to number 40.
You know, we've been
Jaden
talking all
Gilbert.
night about them listening to us. I think they listened to us right here again for a great play, a great pickup for HA, and another first down to run more clock off.
And that's what we need right now, Gavin. Is just it's time management from here on out.
Absolutely, and this is what your coaching staff. This is when it comes down to the coaching staff and what the coaches have done to prepare for this game.
Head coach Eddie Brundage has done a great job with these players. First-year head coach here at Houston Academy, and has just done a fantastic job. The give is to Daughtry, cuts it back over the middle. Positive yards, Gavin, across the 20.
That's exactly what you want to see if you're the HA offense is, hey, we're going to run the ball because we're running this clock out. If we can get some positive yardage while doing it, this is exactly what we want to do.
Clock becomes our friend here. To keep the clock running, of course we're going to be running the ball mostly, but like you alluded to earlier, the main thing is to hold on to the football here.
No mistakes. Mistake-free football here. Oh, we do have a flag here, right when I said that. Looks like false start. And, the coach. I think HA is maybe challenging that call a little bit, thinking that Slocomb may have jumped to get the Raider offense to move, but not really sure what's going on. And you just got to play football here. You
can't get distracted.
You can't. That's right.
Keep your head down and get the job done right here if you're the Raiders.
Slocomb wants you to get distracted, and honestly, I tell you what would be a timeout would be good for the HA Raiders right now, just to kind of get it to get things settled down a little bit.
I love this matchup right here on the right with Cameron Mitchell. Excuse me. I know it's not a passing.
Oh, another flag. Well, you know, we talked about the first half being a very clean game and not seeing a lot of yellow laundry, but it looks like we're going to need to do some laundry after this second half because we've seen quite a bit of yellow fabric.
They've saved all of them for the last 6 minutes of the fourth quarter, it seems like. So.
And it's really tough. You know, when you have this, the fans are in this, and so what it does is it takes the fans out of it when you have all this time that it takes for different penalties, you know? The momentum of the game has come to a screeching halt. If you can't, it started with about the 6-minute mark of it just coming to a screeching halt.
The officials just don't seem to be on the same page.
One wants to go to Applebee's, another one wants to go to TGI Fridays, another one wants to go to Shoney's. So, what do you do?
Another false start.
Listen, I can read body language, and from what it looks like, and I'm not saying that this is exactly what's happening, but it looks like there's some confusion for the center. It looks like he may be moving the ball a little bit or something like that. That's making
throwing the timing off.
It's throwing the time just a little bit, and so the defense is jumping, and they're thinking that they're coming off sides, but no, that the ball moving is the problem. That's just my synopsis on it.
I think that's a very, very good outlook right there. Mitchell lines up in the shotgun, second and Rehoboth. He's going to tuck it and run it.
Ooh.
He had a little bit of running room, but that hole closed very quickly with number 8, Josh King, on the tackle.
Yeah, just very. That's a tough play, and thankfully he didn't lose the ball there, because if you saw there, when he was tackled, the ball kind of came up pretty loose in his hands, and you know we're sitting here preaching to him to hold on to the ball, because we've seen it too many times where they lose the ball and you lose the football game. So
exactly right.
So that's why we preach that. But man, what a game here! 28-25. The Raiders are in the lead with 2:58 to go in this game.
It has been a fantastic football game on both sides of the football. So with 2:58 left, Houston Academy up 28-25 on the Slocomb Red Tops. This is Scenic Sports. Crucial third down.
What do you do here? Third and long. What do you do here? With 3:02 left.
If I was coaching,
yep,
I would take a chance down the sidelines with my brother right here down the right side.
It looks like they may be taking that chance.
Will Wells with the catch over the middle.
What a play!
What a throw and what a catch! Wow,
man, what a great throw! And I mean, while you're calling it. Oh, what's happening?
Timeout, Slocomb. The ball is going to be marked down on the 1 yard line. So what a throw and catch. Caden Mitchell to Will Wells.
Phew.
2:54 left. Slocomb calls timeout, with Houston Academy knocking on the door. Raiders up 28-25. So 2:54, first and goal for the Raiders to give us to Daughtry up the middle. I think he's got it. Looks like he got in, but no signal.
All right, no signal.
But that's okay.
Yeah, right. That's okay. Kind of what we were talking about. And now Slocomb is going to have to call that timeout.
And I believe that's their last timeout, Gavin.
Okay.
So, with 2:41 left, 28-25 Raiders. Raiders knocking on the door. Looks to be at the half yard. About a half yard.
You know, this is definitely one of the best football games I've seen this year, this Friday night. I'm extremely impressed with the way that the Raiders have played tonight. And, you know, we've talked about it a couple of times. This feels like a playoff atmosphere.
It really does.
Tell us about what you think.
To give us to Daughtry, and he's going to take it in for the Raider touchdown. Touchdown, Raiders.
There you go.
What a great drive by the Houston Academy offense there, Gavin. It just,
Man.
about a four and a half minute drive there just to march down the field and get the score. Sexton in for the PAT. Number 20, Walker Elliott, in for the hold. The kick is up. The kick is good. So, with 2:38 left in the game, Houston Academy Raiders take a 10-point lead, 35-25 over the Slocomb Red Tops. This is Scenic Sports. So 2:38 left. Sexton gets ready to kick off for the Raiders. You got Nobles and Campbell back deep. Miller and King are the up backs. And there's the kick.
And they are going to kick it to Nobles here, which is very dangerous.
Always dangerous.
But a
what
great
a
job.
great tackle, open field tackle by number 15, JT Ackerman.
We've said his name a couple of times tonight. What an athlete out there.
JT, a two-sport athlete, plays baseball as well.
All right, what do you do on defense if you're the Raiders here?
I think you do. I think you go out with the same game
mindset.
plan that you've had.
Okay, so you don't change your mindset just because you're up
don't think so.
35-25 with 2:33. No prevent defense here then.
I think you've got to hit those guys early and keep them from getting outside or getting the momentum going.
Just don't let them get behind you, right?
That's right. We haven't seen a whole lot of passing tonight out of them, but you're going.
I think you're going to see it
get your
here.
hands.
Up.
What a play! What a catch by Miller. I mean, that's all you can say. I mean, that's just a heck of a catch.
Yeah, but HA did a great job of just pressuring the quarterback there and not letting him get his feet set.
That's right.
That's the thing. This offensive line has got to give the quarterback time to let him set his feet because he's got to let the receivers get down the field.
That's right. Pressure right there by number 61, Sam Waller for the Raiders. Thomas is back to throw. He's got Nobles. Brought down by Cameron Mitchell and Jaden Gilbert on the far side.
All right, we're going to see Slocomb do a little hurry-up offense here with 1:58 to go.
Breaking out the passing game, but you just have that feeling there's a turnover somewhere in the works right here. Clock continues to run, a minute 50 left.
Ooh.
Thomas hit by number 72, Ethan Coachman, in the backfield for the incomplete pass. Clock stops with 1:49 left.
Well, I call that offensive line to step up here to give the quarterback time, and they've done a good job the last couple of plays to give him time. But it looks like that quarterback just may be a little gassed.
I think both teams are right now. Thomas drops back, throws over the middle, incomplete, intended for number 8, Josh King, the tight end, over the middle.
I'm going to be really surprised if he's able to throw the ball 35 yards. Just what I've seen. I'm not sure if he's got a little. It looks like he may be walking a little gingerly. So
Thomas drops back. He's got time. He's looking. He's going to take it upfield. He's going to run it. He's going to run it. And he's going to be brought down by number 5, Jack Waller, with a great tackle. And that clock continues to run, Gavin.
Yeah, the clock's going to run here, and I don't know if he picked up that first down. It's going to be really close.
We've got a player, Houston Academy player, down on the play, and that will stop the clock. Once again, we mentioned Miss Kayla Woods, and she's going out to check on number 67, Cade Wiggum. Wiggum's coming off the field, so hopefully.
And Cade's had a great game tonight. We've called his name a couple of times, and he's done a great job on that defense.
He sure has. He has wreaked havoc up there.
And so it's understandable that he may be a little gassed here going into this fourth quarter. It's been a back and forth game, and both of these athletes have just laid it all on the field tonight.
They sure have.
I'm glad they did, because I know I couldn't do it out there, and I'm pretty sure you couldn't either.
No, those days are long, long gone. Another thing, too, we haven't mentioned tonight, it is a beautiful night here at North Cup, but the humidity is very, very strong.
I would say the
high.
humidity is winning.
Quarterback keeper right up the middle for a gain of 7 or 8.
Yeah, you know,
they're going to quick snap here. They're going to the quick with 1:20 left.
If you're HA, you're okay with that play because all that does is just run a clock.
Thomas drops back. He's looking. He's got a man downfield.
Ooh.
And that is a broken up by Charlie Knowles.
Man.
What a great play to read that. No, JT Ackerman on
Ackerman, yeah, that's
corrected.
right.
I saw the 5 and thought it was 2-5, but it was 1-5.
Yeah, just like they say in the NCAA video game, he simply batted the ball away.
One of the greatest games.
So glad that it's coming back. So glad.
Thomas, quad receivers to the right.
Oh, man.
And that's going to be an incomplete pass. That's going to bring up 3rd and 10 with 1:05 left. So
we've seen that a couple of times from quarterback Colin there, where he's just a little flat on the throw. And I tell you what, you know, Nobles is out there with some blockers, and it would have been a big play if he would have been able to get it to Nobles. But Raiders are in good shape here.
Thomas feels the low snap. He's being pursued. The pass is complete over the middle to Nobles. Brought down by number 36, Jeb Daughtry. That's going to bring up 4th down and about 5. Slocomb lines up. They're going with a quick.
Oh, my. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, hold on.
I believe they tried to stop the clock.
Yeah, the coach is not happy.
Before it even happened, man.
The coach is not happy here, but I think that maybe Slocomb thought that he could.
Somebody's got to be in charge on the field over there.
It looks like the quarterback spiked it to stop the clock, but it was 4th down.
On the field. He was running on the field before he even got up there.
Well, they've already had one.
So we'll see what happens here. Oh, no,
Wow.
illegal substitution for the Raiders here.
Wow.
It's offsetting.
Offsetting penalties. So Slocomb will be able to run this 4th down play with 44.3 seconds left in the game.
And you got to feel like it's going to be the quarterback keeper here. You know, they lined him up under center earlier and just ran it forward. But he's going in the shotgun. This could be the ball game. He's got the pass. The pass is complete to Miller over the middle. Hit by number 5, Jack Waller.
Yeah, that was a great hit, though. Wasn't able to get Miller down the field after he caught the ball. And now he's down to with 34.7 seconds left in the game. Shoo. Man.
Wow, what a football
this game's
game.
not over until it's over, is
You're
it?
right. I can't hear a song, but the fat lady is starting to tune up, Gavin.
Man. I hate it, though, because this has been such a good game that I could stay all night and watch this type of football.
Both teams have fought hard for this game. Thomas in the shotgun. He's looking to his right. He's getting pressure from Logan Booth. There's the pass.
Ooh.
And broken up. 25 seconds left, but there is a flag on the play. It's in the holding area.
Looks like it's going to be holding on Slocomb.
And it is.
And hats off to this Raider defense. You know, this is it couldn't have ended any better with our defense as the one to come out here and
make a stand.
Make a stand to win this game, because they have fought their tails off tonight from the beginning of the game.
You're right, Gavin. The effort has definitely been there for the Raiders tonight. Let's see if we can finish it off and hold them this last 25 seconds. Thomas in the shotgun, trips to his right. He's looking right. He's got Nobles. And again.
Oh man, we're gonna have pass interference on the Raiders here.
Not sure that pass did not seem catchable.
And I'll be honest with you, with the zoom lens I have here, it looks like he may have actually just gotten tripped up. It didn't seem to me like there was a lot of contact up top. Now there was some contact on the bottom where they got tripped up with their legs. So, you know, if you're the Raiders, it's 19 13.2 seconds. You just got to keep your composure here.
Correct.
Don't make any more mistakes. You're okay. They didn't score. You're not in that much of a bad position, so it's okay.
With the 10-point lead,
just
you
breathe.
feel pretty comfortable right here, but you still you can't go to sleep on this offense right here. Try to keep them out of the end zone. Thomas drops back. He's getting pressured. He rolls out to his right.
Oh!
Broken up.
Yeah, great. Another great defensive play, because that would have been a touchdown. I mean, that was a really great throw on the run by Colin there.
He's done a good job in this fourth quarter. They've opened that up a little bit, throwing the ball because they've had to, and he's responded.
He has responded.
Thomas in the shotgun. You got to feel he's looking for Nobles or Miller, and he's looking that way. That's going to be out of the back of the end zone. 7.4 seconds left.
All right, this is what you teach your boys all season long.
Finish him.
Yeah, they're getting this Raider crowd into it here.
The game pretty much out of reach now for the Red Tops, but let's just hope the Houston Academy defense can keep this offense out on this last play of the game, out of the end zone. Thomas drops back. He's throwing over the middle, and that's going to be picked up by Chapman Andrews. And that's going to be
boy.
That's it. That's your ball game.
With a Raider interception to win this wonderful,
what a football game,
playoff-like football game that we've seen tonight. I hate Scott Smith's this one, but man, I've enjoyed it.
Gavin, what a game. What a game. Both teams played hard. I would like to give a shout out to Coach Eddie Brundage and his staff and the players of the Houston Academy Raiders for coming out and playing hard like they did to get this win.
A phenomenal game plan by the coach there. It's good to see these coaches shake hands here at this 50-yard line. And man, I hate to see that someone has to lose a game like this just because they fought so hard, every single one of them.
They sure did. What just a outstanding high school football game, Gavin. So, here from Northcutt Field, your final score: Houston Academy Raiders 35, Slocomb Red Tops 25. This is Scott Griffin and Gavin Thomas. This is Scenic Sports.
Your number one source for high school sports. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network.
Lewis Smith Supply is dedicated to offering a vast collection of fixtures, faucets, and accessories for your kitchen and bath. Make your dreams a reality. Step into the area's only Kohler Premier Showroom or see Delta's Brizo collection for the latest trends in kitchen and bathroom designs. Lewis Smith Supply offers an extensive line of plumbing supplies for contractors or do-it-yourselfers. For more inspiration, come visit one of our showrooms in Dothan or Enterprise.